We are on the couch. How interesting. We're also drinking wine. And the moms are at our desk. It's Moms of Boy Band starting right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
That is the sound of Boys to Men. We almost played the Backstreet Boys, but I didn't think that was a safe choice for this fandom. Welcome in. You guys, this is the most fun we've ever had. It is the Moms of Boy Band exclusive special, which you guys have been waiting for all season long. And we are on the couch because the moms are actually at our desks. So
The Queen Bees.
The Queen Bees. So before we introduce ourselves, we're going to pass it to the queen of our hearts, Queen Colleen, and all the moms who are joining us today. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, and here's what we're going to do. Introduce yourself, say whose mom you are, though I think our fans truly know by now, and then your favorite pop song. I'm putting you on the spot. I thought I was going to mention it beforehand, but I forgot. So your favorite pop song. Colleen looks very conflicted.
So I'm Colleen Tutton. My son is Brady Tutton. And pass.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm Dina Smith. My son is Michael Connor, and I can't think of a specific song, but I'm a big Ed Sheeran fan right now. So.
Awesome. Hi, my name is Amy Limon, and my son is Mikey Jimenez. And I would say I would love Shawn Mendes.
Good choice.
Yes.
My name is Demetra Gray, known as Candy. My son is Jaden Gray, and I love Bruno Mars' Uptown Funk.
Ooh. Okay, I have a question. Should we call you Demetra or Candy? I was going to ask you.
Candy, please.
Candy girl.
Yes, Candy Girl.
We should have let in with that song just for you.
We
Right?
sing that every day.
Every single day.
Wait, how did you get Candy?
My grandmother started calling me that when I was like 6 months. She said, "Oh, she's so sweet."
Aww.
I rest her soul.
Oh, that's amazing.
I love it. Well, you guys appreciate, yes, we are on the couch bowing down to the queens of boy band. We know our place in this show. And I got to tell you, so obviously we have Colleen and Dina and all of these wonderful people here, but we also have 2 surprise call-in guests. So 2 more people are joining, which I'm going to leave as a surprise. If you've seen it on Twitter, you already know. But if not, it's a surprise. And we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves, starting with this lovely lady in the pink.
Hi, you guys. I'm Carissa Blades. You can find me on all social media at Carissa Blades. I'm so excited for the moms to be here.
Hi, guys. My name is Suzanne Quast, and you can find me on all social media at Suzanne Quast.
And people in the chat are saying we already know who you are, but this is true. You guys have been with us
That
all
is
season.
true. I know.
I'm Stephen Lovegrove, Twitter and Instagram, Dr. Lovegrove. So let's start with this. We've been wanting to do this all season. We needed to wait until all votes had been cast for complete fairness. So all votes have been cast, and I want to know, how are you guys feeling at this point, 5 days out from the final show?
Can I tell you that we are also representing the other moms that are
Yes.
not here
Oh.
because the table's too small
Yes.
and we take up a lot of room. But
Absolutely.
Sarah Pendleton, who is Marcus's mom,
Yes.
We represent, and
Josefina.
Sergio's mom, and
Shawnee,
yeah, Shawnee,
Chance's mom.
Yeah, so we just want to make sure that they are in the room with
And
us.
Maddie, who
Yes.
Maddie.
Maddie,
Drew's mom.
who's back in New York.
And other moms are with us literally, as in joining us, calling in soon. And all the moms are fantastic.
Yes.
Literally, this
Yes.
show is full of fantastic people. So yes, and people are at rehearsal right now, is that right?
Correct.
Yes.
If you're
Our
watching
boys are
this
all
live, the boys are at rehearsal. Some of the boys are still minors, have to have a parent there.
Yes.
So yes, so how are we feeling on this 5 days out from finale?
I think a lot of people expect that we would feel relief and the voting's over, so there's nothing else to be done. There's still just, for me personally, a lot of nerves just because you don't know what the final outcome is going to be. And I'm a planner. That's my my fallback that drives my child crazy. But yeah, you just can't predict what's going to happen. And so you're still recognizing that you're going to have to say goodbye to 3 people. And it's hard because we've all grown so close. We are an extended family to one another. So you're excited for the next step, but at the same time, there's a little bit of dread of knowing that you're going to have to say goodbye to some people you really care about.
Yes.
What about you guys?
Yes, I agree with Dina. I do have a little, I am relieved the fact that nobody's been, after the elimination's been over, I am relieved that passed because, everybody knows Mike has been at the bottom twice, so that show day is a very, very bittersweet feeling, but we survived it. And so I'm still really nervous just because, like she said, we have to say bye to some of our boys and I will leave some of the moms. We've gone really close. We're leaving each other too. Yeah. So yeah.
What kind of advice did you give Mikey with him being in the bottom too?
He actually made me be really strong because the first time he got down to the bottom, I was watching his expression on stage and he handled it pretty well. So I didn't shed a tear. I was pretty strong and I was like, okay, this is happening. If we're going to get sent home and it's up to America, and he handled it pretty well. So I was pretty strong because he was strong. So the second time that he got down to the bottom, I saw the tears come down. So of course, it hurt. Naturally, it hurt me to see him hurt. So
it hurt us too. When we talked to him backstage, it was just, the boys, we always talk about how they're so mature when they're on stage, and a lot of times when we do, interviews with them, we're like, oh, they're way above their years. But, like when they're really hurting and something, they still just look like a child, when they're, oh my gosh, I can't understand what you were going through. We were like heartbroken.
But as a parent, I'm sure you're so proud at how he handled it. Like we've talked about on the show in the past, the mental toughness that he had, especially at that age.
Yes.
I mean, he's an amazing man and an amazing performer, and I'm sure that makes you really, really proud.
It does. Thank you so much. It does. I am really, really proud of him. I mean, he's gone this far. I'm never in my mind that I think I would be standing here and that we would be here today. It's just such a blessing, and I'm really, really proud of him. But whatever the outcome is, whether we make it in the band or not, I feel like he's still a winner to me. Yes.
Somebody said, can we just ditch the concept of a top 5 and have the 8? Because I can't separate any of these boys or these moms. Also, somebody said we know where Mikey gets his good looks from. So, but we need
hang
to
out with Amy because she gives us street cred.
I deeply feel that. So I want to rewind, and we actually have a surprise call-in happening soon. So to our first surprise guest, you know who you are. Feel free to call in at any time. But I want to rewind back to the audition process, and we're going to talk to our call-in guests, and then I want to hear from you guys just about how did this show come to you? How did you feel in the initial process? How far did you think your boys were going to go?
How did you find out about the opportunity?
Yeah, we want to rewind a little bit, and then we'll end with the questions they all want to know about this week and this moment that we're in right now. People are speculating, who is it? Some of you already know from Twitter. I know you know, but we have a caller. Hello?
Hi there, this is Megan Butcher.
Yay!
Oh my goodness! It's Mama Butcher. Welcome to the Moms of Boy Band special. How are you?
Oh, thank you. I am doing spectacular this evening. It's a little later here than it is for you guys.
Right.
Doing very, very well for tonight.
We miss you, Megan.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I miss you. I see your faces and hear your voices, and oh my gosh, it's bittersweet for me.
Don't start crying because I'm going to lose it.
I know. I'll hold off we'll wait till next week and then we'll cry happy tears.
We're all going to cry on Thursday. I told Colleen I'm crying on Thursday. I don't care what the outcome is. I am too invested in this show, and I know your fans are with me. Okay, so Megan, we're rewinding to the audition process. How did this opportunity come to your son, and what was it like for you entering into this process?
It really was just kind of a blessing that, surprisingly enough, kind of fell into our lap. Andrew had taken a little bit of time off music and came to us right beforehand and said, you know what, I'm ready. I need to get back into music. I want to focus on it. And literally within a week, an email came. And so he got an email on a Wednesday, did a Skype audition, And on Monday, he and my husband were in LA for the first audition process. So we were lucky because we didn't have to go through months of waiting to find out what was going to happen. I mean, we knew pretty quickly the outcome for Andrew. So,
and then
we had that week, and it's all history from there.
Did he immediately have a song in mind for the audition?
You know, he did. He always has his favorite go-to songs that he would do, and he just stuck with those. Surprisingly enough, he did get to sing The Story of My Life was one of the songs he did for his initial audition, even on the Skype, which, you know, we knew going in he may not get to do what he wanted, but that one he did get clearance for, and so it worked out well for him.
Awesome.
It really did work out well for him. And we have said the whole season, and when he sadly went home, we said we look forward to his future endeavors, whatever they may be, in a band, solo, whatever. We are here for it. Let me ask, what is your favorite?
I decided he was going to be a country star.
Carissa has
proclaimed.
You know,
nobody has to worry about it.
He kept saying, like, everybody wants me to go country, everybody. But, you know, the thing is with him, he does do some country. He does country. He's done pop, rock. For him, though, he doesn't like to be, he just likes to do songs.
Sure.
So he's like, if I find a song, I like it, it fits my voice, I connect with it, I do it. So for him, it's not necessarily that he doesn't want to be country or he only wants to be pop. He just, you know, he's like, I don't really have a genre I want to get stuck in. So, but between you and I, he does have a great voice for country. I do agree.
Just between you and I, Meg. No one else is listening to this very confidential conversation. Now, I have a question. What is your favorite memory, either with other moms on the show or just backstage in general?
Oh, my gosh. You know, oh, gosh, now I am going to cry. You shouldn't start this kind of stuff. This takes me back and makes me want to cry. I can't pick one. From probably my best moment was the first time we did like a live taping and just seeing Andrew up on stage and the audience. And, you know, we have always loved to watch Andrew perform, and we've always had great feedback from it. He's done well. He's been performing since he was young. But to have it on that grand of a stage and to know the people he was reaching, that was probably my favorite, most proud moment. As far as with the other people, I can't even start because I enjoyed every moment with those women and the moms and some of the dads, some of the managers, the other boys. I can't even pick one. I mean, they know what I'm talking about. It's like it's an ongoing thing.
You have to stop. You're killing us.
They know. We can see it in their faces. Can I give a note to our engineer?
I wouldn't get emotional.
Can I give a note to our engineer? Put the camera on the mom.
They don't want to see us.
We don't want to see us reacting.
They know us.
So clearly, you know, and I have vouched for this the entire season. This show is full of good people. And you do not always get that in Hollywood. But, I mean, the reason we're here is because we realize the families, the moms, the people involved in this show are really special. And you don't get that often. What was the experience in Hollywood like for you in terms of what surprised you? What did you expect or not expect? What was the experience like coming out here? Obviously, you were out here a large part of the time.
Yes. You know, I think the thing that surprised me most was how nice everyone was, how well received we were, how well we were taken care of. I mean, from everyone in production to wardrobe to, you know, Tim Davis and the other moms and, you know, the contestant handlers that helped get them to where they needed to be. Everyone. I mean, it was just, I thought reality TV, here we go, prepare yourself for the worst. And it was exactly the opposite. I mean, they really treated us like family, and I never felt at any point in time like they didn't have Andrew's best interest at heart.
I want to give a shout out to Joel. I don't know if he's watching, but like he's one of my dearest friends, and he's also one of the executive producers. So I feel like that trickles down from the from the top down.
Yeah,
it does.
Joel and Jane.
Yeah, Joel and
It
Jane
really-
are amazing.
They are.
Yes.
They're amazing.
They did everything they
They
promised
are.
they would do.
Wow, and that doesn't
I
happen
mean,
all the time.
Jane would have. I mean, I had a long conversation with Jane. I know Andrew did. I know several of the producers took time with Andrew when he had questions. So, yeah, it does. It started at the top, and you're right, it trickled all the way down.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you are excited about in terms of A, the finale, but B, anything about Andrew's career and journey moving forward that you want to share?
Sure. Well, as far as the finale, I love all those boys. They are, they're like an extended family for us. Andrew loves them, and we all support them. So I'm excited to see who's in it. I'm excited to see kind of, no matter who is in it, where everyone's journey is. With Andrew, we've had a couple little things trickle in. I can't go into details on, but, he's excited about it. We hope it's just kind of a launching point and, just up from here.
Amen.
We're excited. Yesenia in the live chat said, I am about to cry. I never thought about how nice everyone is on the show. I love that we get to bring person after person in and show that really is the real story. Meg, I have one last question for you. So obviously you have so many fans. You were very requested on this after show. I'm so glad that we could make it happen. What is your message to, well, it cracks me up too, but they love you. So what is your message to fans out there, to all the kids and teenagers watching who really do love you? And I'm going to ask the other moms this later, so this is their heads up. But what would you just want to say to them signing off for the evening?
My thing that I would just like to say to them is just thank you. I mean, we all recognize that, everyone can make music if they want to. People can do whatever they want, but without the fans that fuel them, that give them the feedback, that, just pour out their love and support all the time, really, I mean, it's the best feeling ever. It is very, very humbling as a parent to see all these fans who have embraced your child and his talent, and it's just uplifting, and we just appreciate that. And we just hope they keep it coming and support all the boys. I want all the boys to have that type of support.
Yes.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for calling in. We love you. The fans love you.
Please keep us updated.
Just let me tell all the moms real quick. I love you, ladies. I'll be texting you soon. I love you, and I miss you all.
We love you, Megan. Love you too.
So that's just a little taste of how we live.
I love her.
Because we're all really sort of
Pretty
attached
close.
at the hip
Yeah,
at this
pretty
point.
I feel like this is like a Real Housewives reunion, minus all the ill will and the drama towards each other. It's all love. I know. Well, what questions do you guys have?
Well, I was curious how Brady and how everybody found out about the auditions to begin with, and how the process started for you guys.
We had a little, a kind of an unusual start because he had the Skype audition with Suzanne Salgado, and I guess she either sent and I lost it, or it went to junk, or she didn't send the instructions for the audition. So we just thought it was a hi, how are you? And so she sat down. She's like, okay, what are you gonna sing? And he said, sing.
No way.
And so then she's like, and you're gonna dance for us. He's like, when am I going to dance for you? And this is all on Skype. And so I pulled him out of school for lunch, and he absolutely had zero preparation, and that was his audition. So we shut down after 45 minutes. He said, well, we didn't get that one. And and then he did, because sometimes spontaneous is good.
Sure.
And then he was already committed to another play that was supposed to go through October. And so we said, I wrote her a nice letter and thanked her and said we couldn't do it after we found out the details. And then a week later, she sent me a letter and said, I really think this is a good fit for you. Just come to Los Angeles, and if you're excited about it, we'll work out the details later. And what have you got to lose? And so I said, okay. So what did we have to lose? So we jumped on a plane and we came to Los Angeles, and he did that big audition that they did in person. And then he was hooked. He met all these amazing boys. He's just like, I just want to work with them and collaborate. And he was so excited about them that he couldn't, he just was frozen. And the person that he had contracted with to do this big play, the theater was amazing and just wrote him letters of support instead of being angry. And
Wow, you turned it down to start.
Yeah,
they actually had
down. And Susan was just very persistent, and so thank you, Susan.
We are so glad he didn't do the play.
Right?
It's a really great play. But so it was crazy. So it was very random for us. Very random.
What about you guys?
So Michael came home from school and he said, Mom, this might be something. It might be nothing, but I got a DM through Instagram, somebody asking if I was interested in auditioning for a show potentially, and he started to explain it, and he said, oh, they'll talk to you. Bearing in mind, I was in the midst of packing for spring break. It was that evening that we were leaving, and so it was a bit chaotic, and she called me, and it was, by the way, can he get on Skype in about 30 minutes? And
wow.
He needs to sing a song. Remember, he did not start off this as a singer. Be prepared to rap and do an interview. And we were running around frantic around the house, trying to pick out something to wear. With him, to do a rap, he's trying to figure out what to rap to ABC Disney. Because keep in mind, it is a bit of a challenge to find family-appropriate raps to do. So he ran around. Thankfully, all the pieces fell into place. We just took it minute by minute because I said, I don't even know if we have the technology to do all of this, but it all worked out. And the next thing I know, a couple weeks later, we were being invited out to LA to audition. And I honestly still was thinking it might be a hoax. And it wasn't until the plane tickets arrived in our email that I realized this is no longer a hoax. This is actually real. This is happening. And when we got to the lobby of the hotel, it was very evident who the other boys were who were also auditioning for the same show, and it was extremely surreal. And Michael had the same experience Brady did, where he came home and he said, my life is forever changed. I'm a different person, and my life is going to take a different trajectory no matter what, even if he didn't get called back for the show. But he knew just having that experience being around other musicians that that's what he wanted to pursue forever. So
I just got the chills.
I love these stories. This is fabulous. Yeah. They want a TV show of you guys. Yeah. Let's just keep the stories coming.
The Real Mom's a boy band.
As for Mikey, his manager messaged him and told Mikey, hey, there's this new show that they're putting together. I think it's a good idea or a good chance for you to try out. This is something new. This is new for Mikey and myself. We're new to the music industry. And Mikey brought it up to my attention, and I said, exactly, what do you got to lose? You just go for it. So we did the Skype interview. I think Mikey might have been one of the first few boys to get casted on the show. So we did have to wait like a month or two to find out. So it was not like, unlike Megan. She just, it was like one day to the next. Yeah. So we had to wait like a month, I believe, until they were casting all the boys. So I was stressing out because I have to work 2 jobs, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get you to here. How many days? Yeah. Oops. And so yes, it just seems so surreal, and for sure has also been an experience for Mikey. And I don't think he'll ever be the same. It's just life changing, and and it's just been an awesome experience. And
awesome. Candy.
Someone contacted my oldest son and said a lady named Kim Possible had saw Jaden's Instagram, and he was singing When a Man Loves a Woman. He was at a 70th birthday party singing. And so during this process, I really didn't know what was going on. So anyway, they contacted my oldest son. He hooked Jaden up with Kim Possible. And all this time, I have no idea what's going on. We're at church, and I'm looking for Jaden, and he's gone for like an hour. He's in the back doing an audition on Skype. Still, I'm
at church.
At church. So this time, I'm just like, he was like, Mom, these people really are interested in me. I'm like, Jaden, he kind of goes overboard. Next, that was a Sunday. So his birthday was the next day. We went to Vegas. We had like 40 people. It was his 16th birthday. We get to Vegas in 5 minutes. I'm telling you, we hadn't even got to the hotel. The phone rang, and it was Kat, and she goes, "Hi, I'm from ABC, and we're doing a show called Boy Band and blah, blah. And I'm just like, really? And so Jaden's like, no, Mom, this is what I've been telling you about. And I said, Jaden, people play pranks like this all the time. This is
cynical.
This is not real.
Well, if her name was Kim Possible, I don't blame you. That sounds like a bunch of BS.
Right?
I also
Right.
feel like it just sounds like how protective mothers are supposed to be, where you're
Right,
just like, we're
and
in
I'm
this digital age where anyone
duper,
can contact
like I'm like
anyone.
super skeptical of all of these different things. Anyway, we're in Vegas, and then I'm talking to Kat, and then she's like, "Are you interested in blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "It's his 16th birthday. We have like 40 people out here. I've spent all this money. We're doing all these different things. No, I'm not gonna do it." And then she's like, "Well, I advise you to think about it. I'll call you back." About 30 minutes later, she calls back, and she's like, "This is Kat calling again, and I want to know, if you guys are interested in this." And I'm like, "Okay, let me talk to my family first, because we're just getting here. We have all these people here. It's his 16th birthday." And so I have a meeting with my family. This is all within an hour. And I'm like, Jaden has this opportunity, and I said, "What do you think we should do? Is it worth us leaving?" And blah, blah, blah. And so they're like, "Well, go on." And I asked Jaden, "Well, what do you want to do?" And he said, "I want to go for it." So anyway, we were on a plane the next morning. So we never even got to celebrate his birthday, his 16th birthday. So we will be partying when this is over, celebrating.
Either way, you're celebrating, though.
There you go, right?
So it was definitely worth him leaving his 16th birthday. What a present.
What a cool mom you are.
Yeah.
To take, a group of people to Vegas.
Can I just say something? Because Mikey graduated, and being on the show, he had to miss his graduation, so I had to pick up his diploma like days later. So he missed his graduation, so I would never forget that. But it was it's worth it.
People in the live chat are so moved. Somebody said, "Thank you, moms, for taking a leap of faith and trusting the process."
Yeah.
So people are
Trust the
so
process.
moved by these journeys. What have been the ups and downs of this process for you? Obviously, this is quite an emotional ride to go on.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry, so I'm not going to start.
Oh, okay. I'll try and start and not cry.
Well, I'm a crybaby,
not
so
there
I'll
yet,
just...
I think
Crying is absolutely allowed. I
Agreed.
Mama Mars, thank you. Girl power. Crying's good. I think the ups for me have been just seeing my child just blossom and grow before my eyes. And he didn't have a lot of performing experience. He wasn't like a lot of the other boys. I had only seen him on stage 2 times before we came out for the show. So all of the different times of having not seen anything and then just having him just blow up on the stage in front of my eyes.
That's crazy. 2 times before the show?
Twice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
He is so special.
He skipped a lot of steps to get to this point. So for me, that has been amazing. The hard part has really just been the goodbyes. You really get attached to these people, and so we get attached, and then you see your children get attached, and to see them have to say goodbye is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are real tears when they're crying, because all you have are each other. You're with each other all the time. So you don't even see your family. This is like your family. Those are like brothers.
Right.
Yeah, we went to Disneyland yesterday, 2 days ago, and it was sort of a gift to the boys from production, and so they could just play. And when were they not hugging?
Oh, stop!
I said, if you want to find them, if you lose them in a crowd, just look for the line of boys
with their arms around
Singing.
each other.
Let go of each other the
They
whole
really.
day.
Yeah.
Somebody said in the comments, "I'm so blessed to be part of this fandom." And the truth is, it's all like the tears are real, the support is real, the love that all of these people have are real. Do I not say to you guys as co-hosts every week, I cannot believe this is going to end? It can't end.
We keep saying that.
It
We're
can't end. There is
we
no
need to
other.
continue. I don't know how, but
There is no other thing like this. Okay, so what surprised you the most about? Well, I guess the whole experience in general, but specifically seeing your boy perform. Obviously, new situations, new experiences, them having to do new things. What surprised you the most in this experience?
Brady's goal was to just learn how to perform and not just stand by a microphone. And I thought that this was going to be a very short-lived experience because he was so young. And, originally it was 14 to 24-year-olds. And so my logical Colleen said, okay, they're going to skim off the bottom, skim off the top, and they're going to come out with a band that is 18 to 22. And so I said, I really just wanted him to get to the band part and go. I was in a rock band, and I got to just go out there and just learn how to work the stage, and that was his goal, to learn how to work the stage. And so Nappy Tabs, just killed it, and that was where I thought it would end. So I just wanted to get through the first band performance. And so watching him just now have to, he's worked all summer in that environment. It's like, it's amazing to watch. Like, and then you look at his first little tape where he's standing there by the microphone, and now he's just like,
how far he's come.
They're rock stars. Those kids are rock stars. It's amazing.
Yes. I think for me, I know this is a big shock to anybody who knows me. I am not a rap expert. So
I'm shocked. on Twitter, can I tell you, on Twitter today, they called you Big Mama on campus. And I thought it was fantastic.
So I think for me, seeing my son get an enormous amount of recognition from masters in that field and in that genre of music, saying, no, he is legit. He knows what he's doing. He is amazing. Was amazing for me to hear. So having somebody like Timbaland, I know Logic just started following him on his Instagram, and they've exchanged a few DMs on Instagram. He had Machine Gun Kelly reach out to him and send out a tweet. So to have that level of recognition for his craft that he has been working extremely hard on for years was mind-blowing to me.
Do you remember when he wrote his first rap?
I do. Yeah, I remember because he was...
Why didn't you bring it?
Totally.
I think it's actually on SoundCloud. But he was begging us for a microphone, and in our family, it's, well, you have to earn it. If you want a microphone, what are you going to do to earn the microphone? So that was a big, to do the chores to get the microphone. But then as soon as he had it, he had his best friend in the office, and they were in there for hours and hours and hours, and they churned this thing out in no time at all. And then it was up on SoundCloud, and it was really exciting. It was just so fun just to hear him with his friends having fun and making something.
Wow.
Yes, and for me, I want to say for Mikey, because when, Mikey's played basketball since he was 5 years old. I had him involved in sports since he was very little. So when he came to me 2 years ago and told me, Mom, I'm quitting the basketball team. He played for the high school he goes to. He played for an outside traveling team. So my goal was like, you're going to go to college and you're going to go play college ball. And that was my, hoping that he would go that route. And he told me he was going to quit the team, that he wanted to pursue a music career. And I wasn't on board. I mean,
I appreciate your honesty.
It crushed my heart because, I have him in private school. I'm a single mom, and I have two. Mikey has a sister. I have 2 of them in private school, and I work my butt off to try to give him a good education. And when he told me this, it just really broke my heart. And I feel like my relationship with him kind of was deteriorating little by little. And I felt like I was losing him. And I came to a point where I realized I have to support him. I don't know anything about the music industry, and I know it's just really tough to get into and competitive. And so when I sat with him and I told him, okay, I'll support you, just finish high school, give me, good grades. We can negotiate the college. Maybe you can start taking a few classes. I just want maybe something that involved music. I was trying to just work with him. And so we made a pact, and he stopped playing basketball, and he was locked in his room, and he created his own little studio. It kind of looks similar to this room, and he has like the soundproof, and he has a professional mic in his closet.
Wow.
He writes music, and he created his own music, a few songs. And that's all he does. He's in his room and he's locked in there. And to me, it was kind of nice to know that he wasn't out on the street going out. At his age, he was out of trouble and he was concentrating on his music. When Mikey does something, he does something like 100%. When he played basketball, he would, even when the days that he didn't have practice for basketball, he was practicing on his own. So with music, he was writing and he was always locked in his room. So when this opportunity came, and I've never seen him on stage. He has like 0 stage experience or any experience at all. So on this last performance, I think it's been amazing, this whole process, but this last song that he did, this last performance, this whole time has been emotional being here, watching him, but it made me really realize like, wow, I'm really, really, really proud. I felt like he was coming out of his shell because he's kind of
Totally.
shy. I don't know.
That performance was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And he can sing and dance. I mean, I'm sure you
Yeah,
saw
you
like
see, he did the pelvic thrust.
we were all like, where did that come from?
Right? I just felt like it was just naturally coming out. I was just overwhelmed with just so much. Yeah, I was just so proud of him. I'm really proud of him, and I'm like I said, I'm just very, very proud. Yes.
What I'm most proud of, Jaden, he just never wavered in his faith.
You're right.
He just, what he believes, he stands for what he believes. And he doesn't have to say it because it shines through him. What he is and who he serves, it shines. And the light just comes out, and it's the way he lived. That's how, what you see is what you get. That's how he it's no faking, no anything. That's who he is.
It's true.
He is filled with so much soul. Every time we talk to him backstage, we are like,
Yeah.
what a special
What
human.
he said to
Like his-
us before we left last time, he was saying, I hope the fans can be voting for who has the passion to be doing this, not based off looks, not
Right.
based off their favorites, but who
Because-
is putting their soul into
the
Right.
the
performance.
whole
I
performance.
think because it's been the hardest for him, being African American, and pop. He loves pop. He loves all genres of music. He can dance. He can sing. He'll do whatever it is that he needs to do. And I said, Jaden, I mean, it's amazing to even. It's like I've gotten to know this part of him. He pushes and pushes, and he strives to be the best. And he didn't complain not one time. I probably did more complaining than anything.
Positive guy.
So
That's real.
Yeah, that is real.
We'll confirm that.
It's just it's been amazing watching him. And what my oldest son said to him is that he wrote Jaden a letter, and he said, Jaden, I've always been the role model to you, but you've been the role model to me because I've been able to watch you go through this process and not complain. And that just blew me away, that here it is, this 16-year-old who is an example to me because how he's dealing with everything, the pressure, and you know, it's a lot of things, but he still just continues to stay positive. And so it's been a blessing. This has been nothing but a blessing, and we are super grateful.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We have a caller. Hey, speaking of 15, 16, etc., year old to inspire us, who do we have on the line right now?
Hello, ladies. It's Mama Hype calling.
Mama Hype, I miss you so much, and the live chat is going crazy. How are you?
We're great. Thank you. And I miss you guys, too. I miss the moms. I was just out in the living room watching their beautiful faces on TV, and I miss you guys for sure.
I texted her to ask if she could do this, if she could call in for this show, and she was like, are you in Vegas? And I was like, no, but I'm going to tell you next time I am. Mama Hype, what can you tell us about the moms and the family that this show has created? Because that has truly been a theme of the hour, and we just can't get enough.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is the connections that you end up having with people. You know, you're not quite sure what to expect, and the moms really have a connection with each other, and we're there for each other, supportive of each other, because everyone's in the same boat, and, you know, we're rooting for each other as well as our own kids, and it's an amazing experience, I'll tell you.
I have a question because, so the photos that they've had up, both for Mama Butcher and Mama Hype, are these photos of the moms recreating the boys. What can you tell us about that photo recreation?
So funny.
Well, we had to be sneaky to recreate that photo. So my daughter, Molly, actually took that photo when Jay was rehearsing one night. We got back to the hotel, and I had her take a quick pic and sent it over to Dina to post on the site. So, yeah, we had to be sneaky about it. But that specific photo means a lot to both Jay and I. So I'm feeling blessed all the way. So that's what that is.
So we did this this Insta site, which because we were trying to, you know, it was a really great bonding experience, I think, and we decided that we would not tell the boys because we didn't want any feedback before we did it. And so we took pictures that were sort of iconic in all of their Insta pages, and we tried to recreate them, and we stole their clothes so they wouldn't know. And
So fun.
you know, Brady in his ultimate wisdom, I walked out with a pile of clothes in a bag, and he looked at me and he said, "Why do you have all my clothes?" And I said, "It's really cold in the studio." And he goes, "Oh."
Didn't even dawn on him.
So then we did all these photos, and the one of Megan was actually the first one, wasn't it? That was sort of the idea. That was said, I want to recreate this picture, and that's how this all started. So that's the pictures that you're seeing.
The photo of Michael and Brady, and the moms recreating this on screen.
So funny too.
Mama Hype, we'll ask you what we asked the other moms. What surprised you most in your son watching him go through this experience?
I would say just watching his work ethic. I knew that Jay was super dedicated to music, and that he was very focused, and that's what he really, really wants to do with his life, and I've known that. But just to watch the process, and even the nights that he was really exhausted and tired, it was amazing to see him push through. And to be supportive also of the other boys that were doing the exact same thing. So I think for me it was just watching his growth and watching him also take in the whole experience and enjoy it at the same time. So, you know, even those tough nights where he was putting a lot into his rehearsal, he had such a great positive attitude about it. And it really made me feel like, wow, his dad and I are doing something right by keeping him positive, because he stayed positive through the whole process. And I thought that was really cool.
I'd like to ask you a question, and all the moms. When did you first know that your son was super talented and had a gift for music?
Yeah, can I answer that first? Yes?
Yes.
I'll say when I first noticed that there was just a lot of talent in the noises Jay started to make. It was he was probably 9.5 years old, 10 years old, and he was putting a lot of time and effort into developing this skill. And from that point on, I knew that his love for performing was something out of the ordinary. And so, yeah, I would say from a very early age.
That's pretty awesome. You started making weird noises. He's a beatboxer, so it makes total sense. But like
noises.
Right?
Well, let's do a quick poll of the moms in studio. What age did you notice a gift?
As for me, Mikey's dad's side of the family, they're all like musically inclined. Grandpa, the uncles, cousins, aunts, they all could sing. So as Mikey as a child, I always known he had the talent, and he would always, when it was somebody's birthday, because my family is so big, he would sing happy birthday to the birthday girl or boy, and so we always would ask him to sing. And so I just never really like pushed it, but they would ask him, Mike, can you sing? And so he would sing a song. Since he was like, I want to say 5, 6, 7 years old, he loved to dance and sing and perform in front of everyone, just around the family. That's how it started. But so it started really young.
Jaden at birth.
No, actually,
In the church nursery.
our entire family sings, and Jaden, when he started talking, he couldn't sing, so I got worried because my oldest son was like singing it too. And so I was like, oh my gosh, he's not going to be able to sing. And then my mother said, don't worry, he'll just be a late bloomer. And when he got about 8 years old, this is no lie, he woke up and said, Mom, guess what? I said, what? He said, I can sing. And he really could. And it started from there.
He was practicing in the shower.
Non-stop to us like, please.
Michael was a really busy child, so I was always trying to look for something to keep him busy and occupied. And my mother-in-law offered to give him violin lessons because my husband played. And before the first lesson even started, he had taught himself how to play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And when he came out of his first lesson, his teacher said, we need to talk. And then within a few months after that, we were watching Pirates of the Caribbean at home, and then the next day, he's playing something on his violin. I'm like, why does that sound so familiar? And he said, oh, it's from Pirates of the Caribbean, Mom. And he's playing the soundtrack, which none of the rest of us had really tuned into, but he was listening to it, and he had taught himself how to play it on his violin.
God.
And
How
then,
old is that?
Crazy.
between 6 and 7.
Oh my God.
And, you know, he was a Suzuki kid, so anybody who knows anything about string instruments.
Yeah.
And he was just memorizing his pieces in a matter of a couple days and churning through it all. So we were like, yeah, you've got to keep doing this. So.
I'm Brady's youngest of 4, so I don't know if I ever actually heard him for the first 10 years of his life.
I hope Ray's not watching.
Everybody, actually, he used to grab my face and turn it when he wanted my attention. That's how he started calling me Colleen, because I wouldn't answer to Mom because I was answering to everybody. So he's like, Colleen.
And I call him Little Lean.
That's cute. So then what happened?
Oh, I don't.
This
know.
show.
And then it's all a blur.
Yeah, well, you're acting. All your kids act. They could sing.
Yeah, they all kind of do that, but but they're all always singing different songs in my house at the same time, so it's a little bit of a cacophony. So you can't really tell if they're good or not.
Oh my God, I love you.
So, okay, Mama Hype, I'm tossing a question to you, and then I'm going to toss it to all the moms here. So, there are literally kids and teenagers all around the world that love you. People are saying in the chat, I want a mom's meet and greet just as much as I need one with the boys when they go on tour. So you guys are like role models and idols and figures for these kids. What do you want to say to the kids, to the fans out there? I'll let you lead us off, Mama Hype, and then I want to hear from all the moms in studio.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I want to say to the fans, thank you so much for your support. And it's amazing. I never, ever in my wildest dreams imagined it would be so much support from so many different people. And these girls and boys alike are just wonderful. They're respectful. They look up to these boys, and they're amazing. So I want to say thank you, and thank you for all the positive messages, and just for loving J-Hype, and for just for being as wonderful as you are. And it still continues. Since we've gotten home, it's amazing how many messages I get still on a regular basis of people just reaching out to see how we're doing, and just to show their love to J-Hype. So we appreciate that so much, and just, yeah, thank you.
We love you, Mama Hype. You have several adoption requests in the live chat. And I'm gonna let the moms and the fans in chat say goodbye to you real quick, but I will let you know the next time I'm in Vegas. Love you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for having me on and including me. It was so special. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
We love you. All the best, Mama Hype.
Bye.
All right, so now we're back in studio. And seriously, you guys, it astounds me. Do you know how many people tweeted at me and said, I'm more excited for the moms almost than the boys? Like, we could do a whole psychological study on why does everyone want the moms of boy bands so much. But you guys are fabulous. What message do you have for kids at home watching? Obviously, thank you. I'm not minimizing the gratitude. I know that's real for all of you. But what do you want them to know? What do you want them to take away from what your boys have experienced?
They have been wonderful. These fans are amazing. Just don't give up on your dream. It can happen to anyone. Just stay focused, stay positive, and keep working at it. Don't give up. Because look at Jaden.
Yes, I agree. It's amazing how many fans that Mikey has when he's starting from the beginning of the show to how many he has now. So I just appreciate all the love and support that Mikey's gotten from all the fans. It's just beautiful and amazing to see him just grow. Yes.
I think I would just say listen to that voice, that inner voice, and the song in your heart, and whatever it just keeps talking back to you, saying don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. Because, I know there were moments where my child wasn't getting this rush and this push of support from those around him because he was following a very unorthodox path. And I would just say you've just got to continue to be genuine to yourself and really ignore any detraction that you may receive as you're pursuing what feels right to you.
One of the things I noticed about the fans, like other than being unbelievably supportive, is that a lot of them have supportive parents as well.
Right.
So I feel like they're sort of supporting their kids the same way we do.
Right.
So I just feel like, give your parents all these kudos that you're giving us because they sound pretty great too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I just have to say that it's no coincidence why we have such amazing boys on the show. Like, really, you guys are amazing.
Strong moms, supportive moms.
Are you trying to talk about Tim?
Go ahead and talk about Tim. We have about 3 minutes, but please talk about Tim.
We love Tim.
We love Tim.
Yes,
like
we love Tim.
Yes, he smells good and he's a great vocal coach. And he's really funny. And he dresses really well. But, the kids got to where they are today not because that they had a great vocal coach, but really it's somebody who has developed them and gone
Positive.
through. This has been 10 weeks of ups and downs and like emotional craziness, and he's just a rock.
It's been like a mentor to the boys too,
Totally.
besides
He's
a
a
vocal
parent,
coach.
but better than us.
Right. Yes. More patient, lots of patience.
Well,
He definitely cares for the boys.
Yes.
yeah. Well, we'll pitch it for the millionth time.
yes,
If you
yes.
haven't tweeted Tim on Idol at Fremantle, whatever it is, I
At
don't know.
ABC.
Thank you. At ABC,
Just
at
retweet
American
us.
Idol.
You'll see it.
Right. You'll see it, but please be a part because I'm telling you guys, every person we talk to about this show plugs Tim Davis without us asking. That's not
True.
just we love him as a guest. We talk to the boys backstage and they're like, Tim really helped me. So
I
that's
also
real.
want all the fans to know that we did not just pick the hot moms. I'm serious. I'm like, you know how it's very random, obviously, everything coming together, who's calling in, all of the guests that you have, but it's like, I get that you guys are like the Real Housewives, like everyone is good looking, but I want everyone to know
All the
that they
other
were
moms.
not picked by us just because they're the hot moms, even though they all have it.
Nor are there bad moms or non-good-looking moms on this show. I'm telling you, I
They're all
waited.
beautiful.
When I got into this show, I was like, wait, where's the horrible Hollywood energy? It's not
Right?
here. Anyway, okay, we got to wrap because Game of Thrones people are coming into the studio. So I want all the moms to share. Obviously, the big account is at Moms of Boy Band on Instagram, where you can find them all. If you guys can just real quick share any personal accounts you want to share, and we will wrap for the night. Boy Band family.
Colleen Tutton, spelled with one L.
Okay, I'm sorry, mine's confusing. Bikram, BIKRAM _Mohm, MOHM.
And mine is Amy Limon, AIME. It's Aime in Spanish. Limon, LIMON. At that's it, just Amy Limon.
And I am Demetrius Candy. That's my Instagram.
The candy girl herself. You know us.
Yeah,
Should we don't need to go through us.
Yeah.
We'll be back Thursday night to celebrate the finale. Thank you, Boy Band family. The fans are truly remarkable. From contestants to moms to fans, this show is an incredible journey. I'm not accepting that it's over soon. I'm living in denial. So from Carissa and Suzanne and I, from all of the moms, all the stunning moms, not just the ones here in the studio, and us, thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah,
Watch
thank you.
Thursday night and support Eyes Closed when it comes out. We love you, Boy Band family.
Thank you, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.